You can see. So this is a little American alligator. It's not a crocodile. Okay, here we go. Here's a couple more. In fact, one of them just flew. The sandhills are severe dry habitats characterized by gentle rolling hills and deep coarse sands. I'm not sure what it is about birds that makes them so appealing. Maybe it's the variety of colors they come in, the elaborate courtship behaviors they display, or the cool methods that they have for securing food and capturing prey. Maybe it's just the fact that they can take off and fly sometimes hundreds of miles to breeding grounds or feeding areas. Whatever the reason, most people really like birds. Let's take a look at some of the avian fauna that we have right here in the Lowcountry. Okay, so we were driving along the road and we saw some kind of ruckus in this mustard. And there's a red-tailed hawk right in here. And he's obviously hunting something. I assume it's a small mammal or a snake. We don't know for sure, but he's really bouncing around in there too. And that's not something that I've not seen this before, but you know, they're voracious predators and they eat snakes, small mammals, squirrels, all kinds of things. It's got a snake. Oh my gosh. So that was a snake. I mean, a great big snake. It looks like a rat snake. And so maybe we can see, that was absolutely incredible. So we now figured out what he was chasing around, so a rat snake. So do you find that when you scope these burrows, does it scare the tortoise further back down in the burrow?
They have a variety of different reactions. Sometimes they seem to be startled and they'll flee back down the burrow. Sometimes they'll actually come up. This has a light on the end, and sometimes they'll actually seem to be attracted and come towards that light.
Oh, man.
We'll hear a couple of the tortoises that we've been raising for you.
Wow. These guys look great.
God, these are really cute.
Scott, these
and
look
Tony,
great.
we've been raising these for DNR. And what our job was as a zoo was to get these tortoises big enough so that you could put a transmitter on them and then Will could track them.
And so giving them a head start is going to help them with predators that live out here, right?
Right, and they learn how to dig burrows. We encourage them to do that in captivity.
All right, let's let them go. I so appreciate you guys letting us tag along for this project. This is really worthwhile stuff. The woods behind me are home to one of the coolest birds of all, the butcher bird. And biologist Amy Tegler from the South Carolina Department of Natural Resources is here to show us one.
Yeah, so we're at Nemours today and we're gonna go out and look for some loggerhead shrikes. They're a really cool bird that lives here in South Carolina. They are frequently seen in pastures and they also like 2 or 3 year post clear cut areas. So loggerhead shrikes have a really cool natural history.
Yeah, I have to tell my story. When I was in college, I actually found a 6-lined race runner, a really cool lizard, and it was impaled on a barbed wire fence. And at first I was like, who could have done this to this lizard? I did a little bit of research and found out it was a loggerhead shrike that had stuck that thing on the barbed wire fence.
Yes, their feeding strategy is really amazing.
And you familiar with this species
right here? Very familiar with this.
So this is one called Pagona myrmex, the harvester ant.
Right.
But what I love is these little charcoal briquettes. So from past burns, these guys have mined underground, and in their process of looking for seeds and digging tunnels and such, they bring all this stuff up.
It's also a good way of finding fossils. You can look in here and see small fossils they brought from underground, bring them up to the top and deposit them in this berm.
The sting on this is supposed to be pretty impressive.
Right, so that's how they protect themselves.
But you know, they're really inoffensive. I mean, these guys don't look like they really want to.
Right, not coming after you, but if you mess with them, they'll defend
So maybe
themselves.
like pick up the charcoal briquettes. Yeah. So maybe we'll let these guys go. Let's see what else we can find. Chris is going to show us a really common but really secretive animal that lives right here in the salt marsh. And we're going to stay low so they can't see us.
Clapper rail is an amazing animal. It blends in. We're in a special place because there's so many territories here. And it gets its name, clapper rail, because of the sound it makes. Matter of fact, often if you, particularly in the wintertime, or sometimes you clap your hands real loud and it'll get them to respond. Sort of like when you do that.
Listen.
It works better in the winter than the breeding
Yeah,
season.
it's definitely, I've seen it work before.
Yeah, so hence the name.
It's got chicks.
Oh my gosh, look.
We got 2 parents with chicks. So we've got family, just so I
The
thought.
chicks are jet black, aren't they?
Yeah, they're jet black.
There's 3, I see 3, Chris.
Yeah, and there was another one that came before, so I have at least 4.
2 chicks right in front of us.
Yeah, I see.
I'll try not to point. There
This
goes
right is
one.
hard.
There goes the other one.
Looking around. You can have them right in the grass right next to you. It's an easy bird to overlook unless you know what the sound is like.
And today we are after one of the biggest and most impressive snakes in the United States, the indigo snake. Guys, I'm psyched about this.
Me too. Yeah, Tony, these are fascinating habitats. These are wind-blown aeolian sand dunes.
Very porous, so when it rains a bunch, a lot of the water just goes right through the soil and down
Yeah.
into the water table. And the indigo snake is kind of an ambassador for this habitat, right? I mean, this means indigo right here, doesn't it?
Yeah, you better believe it. Indigos are such impressive, magnificent, and iconic reptiles, you know. Indigo!
Sure enough, sure enough.
Get it, Tony? Oh, good.
Got
good,
him.
Good. You okay?
Yeah, I'm
You
fine.
Okay, very gentle. Oh, it's in the blue, this opaque
He must be.
female.
Oh,
ready
this
to
is
shed.
wonderful. God, this,
Very nice.
boy, that was, I just saw a little bit of glint. I know
Yeah.
you picked up on it too.
It is.
That was me crashing and not
at
on the
that.
snake. I was just in the sand.
She's muscle.
So Houston, what kind of information do you need to get from this animal?
Well, with every indigo that we catch, we take some standard morphometric measurements, her length, weight, that
Right.
kind of thing.
Boy, it's a healthy looking snake.
And just kind of gently, you can hold, if she stretches out, you can just hold her and then let go of her head.
So it looks like our total length is just a little bit over 5 feet, right?
And then each captured indigo is also pit tagged with a unique ID. So we'll scan her. It may be a snake that we've captured before. We'll see.
It's same kind of technology used in dogs and cats, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Little
So if
passive
your
induced
pet has a
transponder.
microchip, it's the same kind of thing. Yeah, this is a new snake, so she'll get
So this one
tagged
has
today.
never been pit tagged. Today we're going to capture and band one of the most beautiful birds in the Low Country. And Lex Glover from South Carolina Department of Natural Resources has been studying these birds for 20 years. And I'll tell you, I'm really excited about this, Lex, because I've never seen a Baltimore Oriole in the wild.
Well, good deal. We hope that's going to change today.
Well, how many have you caught and
I
banded?
probably have trapped and banded about 1,400,
Yeah, so you're a little ahead of me.
a little bit.
So Lex, I've seen these birds in field guides and they're beautiful, but can you tell me a little bit more about coloration and size?
Yes, these birds are about the size of a cardinal or a red-winged blackbird, and they're actually a member of the blackbird family.
Well, I'll tell you what's really neat about this. We're in somebody's backyard.
Yes.
And so this is important habitat for these birds, right?
It is. A lot of people do not think of it like that, but I have a lot of homeowners that appreciate the fact that we come out and study these birds that they feed or have in their backyard.
So Lex, we're gonna peek around the corner and we hear some chattering.
I hear some chattering, so there could be a bird in the trap.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
sure
we've
enough.
got some. Okay, if you'll go get the trap, I'll get
Oh my gosh,
We got quite a few actually.
a whole bunch of them.
Okay.
Wow, that's a lot of birds, Lex.
Yeah,
The allure of grape jelly.
that's right.
Did we get the whole flock?
We might have.
Okay, Lex, I'm gonna
Okay.
go ahead and grab one of
All
these
right, go
birds.
ahead.
And I'll use that grip he taught me. And let's just real quick look at this. So this is a female, isn't it?
Well, we'll see. It's likely a female or it could be an immature male.
Boy, they are beautiful. Even the females of this species are very brightly
Right.
colored. And I see that classic blackbird bill. I imagine they can poke you pretty good with this, can't
That's
they?
right. That's right.
Here's one right here, guys.
Whoa,
Right
whoa,
here.
Whoa,
Grab it.
Nice, nice.
Very good.
Oh man, this is a beautiful snake. God, they're so big. Look, how long is that snake? Certainly over 6 feet long. Wow. Boy, it doesn't get much better than this for a herpetologist, I'll tell you what. Guys, I witnessed something yesterday that you just have to see. Let's go see if they're still there. If you guys look right here, here are the spoonbills, so they're here. There are a whole bunch of them, 40, 50 birds maybe. Now this is really exciting because over the past few days, it started with 9, and then it was 26, and now it's 40 or 50. So somehow the word is getting out that this is a great spot to feed, and the birds seem to know. And I see young birds, which are much, much lighter, and I also see what looks like some slightly more mature birds, which have more pink and some bright pink splotches on the wings. And that, so in South Carolina is an important part of this whole equation.
It
right?
is. In fact, the last 3 years through our survey work, we've had more wintering Baltimore Orioles in our state than any other state in the country.
More than Baltimore.
Yes, more than Baltimore. All right, Tony, you want to let this one go?
I do.
Okay,
A couple of parting bites there.
there you go.
Okay, here we go. Flew off perfectly. So, can I do the honors?
Sure,
Okay, so I'm gonna take him right. Ow, boy, that does.
it does hurt.
I saw you get bit a whole bunch of times. It's more funny when you get bit than when I get bit. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just kind of hold him like this and let him go.
Just keep your hand under and let go.
Okay, well, here goes. Looks good.
Yeah.
Looks like he's doing well.
He's great.
And boy, this is a big female snake, isn't it?
She is. Yeah,
All right.
she's amazing.
Okay, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here she goes. Guys, this was awesome. I mean, we caught 3 indigo snakes and saw a 4th one. I so appreciate the work you guys are doing, not only for the indigo snakes themselves, but for this habitat that they live in. All animals need good quality habitats to live in. It is essential that we understand these habitats so that we can do the best job taking care of them. Like this southern hognose, for instance. This is a species whose numbers have declined drastically throughout much of their range. In fact, this species is extinct in 2 of the states where they were once common. We need to protect the sandhills that this snake and other species need to survive and thrive. Thanks for joining us on Coastal Kingdom.